And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. As for the Georgia Southern Eagles, it's been unfortunately the same case in every one of their losses this year. They've been able to be within a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, once again, they were unable to close the deal. 5 turnovers against Georgia State ends up proving to be a little too much to overcome. 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles as they fall to Georgia State and are now sitting 0-2. That's a bad enough deal, but this week the Eagles get top 25 ranked James Madison coming to call at Paulson Stadium. We'll hear from head coach Clay Helton and a few of the players as the Eagles prepare for a 4 o'clock kickoff at Paulson Stadium, looking to get their first Sunbelt victory of the season. As for our area high school football teams, the Statesboro Blue Devils hoping to build on their victory over Greenbrier as they travel to a top 10 ranked team at Coffee County. Everybody on the road this week, the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets will be traveling to Benedictine where they've got to play. Speaking of top 10 teams, the Benedictine Cadets. As for the Bulloch Academy Gators, they're looking to rebound from their last-minute loss at home against Briarwood as they hit the road for Thomas Jefferson. And the Portal Panthers are looking to rebound from their loss to Montgomery County. Portal heading down the road to Twin City to take on the ECI Bulldogs. We'll hear from our area high school football coaches in Georgia Southern as well coming up on Upon Further Review. And a reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com. McCooks Pharmacy, located on Highway 80 East, is family owned and operated by Lynn and Janie McCook, as well as their son, Josh McCook. Serving the Bulloch County area since 2005, McCook's Pharmacy offers fast and friendly service where the customers come first. Vaccinations are available, including shingles, flu, pneumonia, and Tdap. Drive-through service is available with 2 drive-through windows for your convenience. McCook's Pharmacy offers free local deliveries, and new customers are always welcome. Continuing the tradition of our family caring for your family, McCook's Pharmacy, Highway 80 East. It's now time for our Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Morris Bank. The Georgia Southern Eagles looking to rebound from another loss, this time back-to-back losses, and both were conference games as they fell to Coastal Carolina, and now recently it's been a loss to Georgia State that has the Eagles 0-2 and in desperate need of a win. Unfortunately, they've got a tough team coming to call. James Madison enters the Sun Belt. They're undefeated in league play and ranked in the top 25. We had a chance to talk with Clay Helton and a few of the players about trying to rebound against the James Madison Dukes coming up on Saturday.
I feel like we're on the way. It's just little things now for us. Once we get the little things right, I feel like we'll be special. I believe our coaches taught us very well. We're very prepared for the game. And as players, we just got to keep on just play ball, you know. It's not going to always be pretty. At the end of the day, we just have to be who we are and just make the plays that are being thrown to us, given to us at any point in time. You got to be a good team if you haven't lost yet, you know. So with JMU being such a tough team, such a great team, individuals, they're our Goliath. So it's our time to be David.
I think us as a defense, just coming together, it's all going to just come down to trust. Trusting that this player is going to be in this gap, trusting that the next player is going to be in the gap, trusting that I'm going to be in my right gap. A lot of times, you know, we kind of have that, I guess, superhero mentality where, you know, let's try to do everybody's job when at the end of the day, you know, like I said, every gap that Coach Harris draws up is a sign. So we stick to doing, you know, our job, our gap, and, you know, I think that coming from there, it'll be really good. Just like any other game, you know, we prepare for every game the same. Them coming in ranked, 2-0 in the conference, you know, it doesn't really matter to us, but we have to go out there and do our job. You know, just give ourselves the best shot at winning week in and week out. feel like, our fans make a world of a difference for us. Not just me, our whole team, our whole coaching staff, everybody in the facility feels that way. Having our fans here, knowing that they'll be here, win or loss. I know we don't always make them, happy or quote unquote proud, but at the end of the day, like I said, having them here, supporting us, cheering us on, I know they'll be here this weekend for this big game. But like I said, it always makes a world of a difference for us.
Coach Signetti has done a tremendous job, he and his staff, of putting together a really quality football team. Really two programs that have similar histories and traditions of excellence, of being able to be an FCS powerhouse and now coming, to FBS, and credit to them. They're doing a wonderful job. The things that jump off to you on the screen is, one, they bring a very powerful run game. You saw that versus Arkansas State last week. When things weren't, going all the way right for them early, they decided to say, okay, what are we really good at? And it's the run game, and that's their baby. That's what they're going to do. The quarterback does a really nice job, especially on normal down and distances, of working the RPOs and especially the play actions. Where you really have to be good against this team is on early downs. You got to get them in situations where they have to pass the ball, when they get second and longs, get third and longs, where they're out of their comfort zone. When they are in normal down and distance, that is when they're at home. Defensively, you're talking about one of the best defenses not only in our league but in the country. The run defense that they put together has been exceptional. They bring zone pressures from everywhere, field, boundary, interior. They mix the coverages up on the quarterback. They do a really nice job of playing sound fundamental football and very aggressive with a bunch of veteran kids that have played a lot of ball at that place. And they have a team that warrants being talked about nationally, and they deserve the ranking that they have right now. Look at the number of veteran guys on this team. They've been within this system. His consistency of being able to, one, his staff being consistent with him, two, having guys that are older guys within the same system, not having to change up, but it's great evaluation of the guys and development of guys. They've done a wonderful job, and again, they're warranted of being number 25 in the country.
That game between Georgia Southern and James Madison scheduled for a 4 o'clock kickoff at Paulson Stadium. Stay with us. High school previews coming up next. Wildflower Farms, located on Old Register Road in Statesboro, is a unique rental property for those visiting the Statesboro area. Located on a beautiful 6 acres just off the beaten path, Wildflower Farms has 4 bedrooms, including a game room and full kitchen, as well as an outdoor fire pit, and comfortably sleeps 8 to 10 people. And for those who may be in town for a show or rodeo at the Ag Center, a horse B&B is coming soon with 6 stalls and plenty of room to run in the adjacent pasture. Also available for events as well, you can book through Airbnb or call 912-536-7787 for more information. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy, in-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests, and ultrasounds, and in-house labs. Featuring nurse practitioner Melissa Beasley, Family Internal Medicine of Statesboro can accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care.
Owning a small business is kind of a big deal. State Farm agents can help you find the right insurance coverage at the right price.
Call State Farm agent Matthew Tyson in Statesboro today.
Well, the Statesboro Blue Devils looked pretty sharp on both sides of the ball this past week on the road at Greenbrier as they knocked off the Wolfpack 35-0. Statesboro 1-0 in region play, but they're going to have their hands full coming up this Friday night as they travel to Coffee County. We had a chance to talk with Jeff Kaiser and a few of the players about the matchup.
Anytime you win 35-0, that's a positive. Very pleased with the way our defense played. We had a little bit of a letdown at the beginning of the third quarter defensively, but made a few adjustments and battled back. Offensively, we big played them. We had a few drives where we stalled and didn't execute, or we threw 2 picks that very well should have been touchdown throws if we don't leave the ball short. So, still very pleased with the way our lines of scrimmage played. We just got to get a little more consistent offensively. Our kids have done a pretty good job all year through the ups and downs of keeping what we call an even keel. It hadn't been too high when we won and too low when we've lost. We understand what's at stake and what our goals are, and the kids have handled it very well so far. Well, they got a new first-year coach in Georgia. Their new coach came out of Madison, Florida, so there's some unknowns there. But they're typical Coffee, big, fast, and physical. If we had to compare them to a team that we've played this year, they're very similar to Burke, maybe a little bit bigger. They are very multiple spread option team offensively, and run a 4-2-5 defensively. Running the ball well, very good offensive line. So obviously, we got our hands full, and we'll be the underdog again. But I think our kids are looking forward to the challenge.
Well, I feel great. I feel like linemen did what they had to do. We executed very well. Another win under our belt. I feel like we can do a little bit more, but as for right now, we're doing great. We got a long season ahead of us, and I think we'll be prepared by then.
I feel like we tackling more, we playing more together as a team. Everybody doing their job. I feel like it's a great start. They're a really good team. We really got to bring it. We can't let up on this team right here. They top 10. We got to bring it.
Southeast Bulloch Coaches Show segment is brought to you in part thanks to Southeast Tire and Service. Southeast Tire and Service has been in business for 13 years, offering extensive vehicle repair and service from bumper to bumper. Come have a cup of coffee with us and let us help you with your car needs. Located at 400 Parker Avenue in Brooklyn. The Southeast Bulloch segment of our show is brought to you in part thanks to Bulloch Solutions. Visit them at bulloch.solutions to find out how they can connect you to the highest speeds for all your technology needs. As for the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets, they're coming off a loss on the road in Pooler to New Hampstead. They're 1-1 in region play and looking to rebound, but have a tough game coming up this Friday against Benedictine.
I thought, first half, I thought we played, really well on both sides of the ball. It was, played great defense first half. I thought we played really good defense first half of the game. It was 7-6 us, and we had a costly turnover that resulted in direct points there right before halftime. And coming out of half, we were able to put some points on the board, but, it kind of was back and forth there for a little while. Toward the end of the game, just kind of got away from us a little bit. Same story each week. I loved our effort. I thought we're playing pretty well. We're not playing great, but we're playing pretty good football. It was just when you're playing good people, you got to play a little better football than they are. And right now, that wasn't the case on Friday. 2 turnovers were probably the story for us. One that directed in a score. The other one was on our opening drive, and I felt like we possibly could have got points on that drive. We were moving the football pretty good. 1-1 in the region, got to move on to the next one. They're really good. Like I told our guys, you got to be up to a challenge and want to compete with some of the best guys to want to play those guys, and they're in our region, and guys that are truly competitors. We look forward to trying to compete with those guys. Guys that aren't, obviously, not so much. So I think our kids are going to play hard. I think they're going to. The effort's really not been an issue all year. I think we'll go out there and play our best and see where it goes. Defensively, their defensive line, really good, big and physical. They're probably the most impressive part in terms of just quick study. I think they're really well coached on defense. Do some things that really give you some trouble with multiple fronts. Offensively, the quarterback is probably again we saw a really good quarterback last week at New Hampstead. This kid is probably better, more mobile, does a good job of using his feet to escape, a really accurate passer. Got a really good wide receiver, running back number 1, that they get him the ball a lot of different ways, certainly in a screen game. They're multiple offensively, kind of make you prepare for a few different deals at the same time and play with some tempo. So, well-coached team, good team. Obviously we know what we're getting into with Benedictine, and just got to go out there and play our best football.
Offensively, we just need to move the ball a lot more, have a lot more explosive drives, And defensively, we getting to where we need to go. We're going back to our base stuff, just playing fast, physical. We got a long way to come. We just now starting to build up and get to where we're getting to go. I know they're a good team, but, we come out and ball out, we can compete with anybody.
I feel like the defense is at a good point right now. I feel like our coaches are doing what they can to help our defense out. And I feel like the offense is continuing to put points up on the board. Going into Benedictine, I think that they are confident in our game plan, and we just have to shut down their star players on Benedictine's offense on their defense.
The Bulloch Academy segment is brought to you in part thanks to Floors Outlet of Statesboro, located on Northside Drive. Come by and visit Mo for all your floor covering needs. Fall is here, and we've got you covered at RJ Pope's. Cheer on your favorite team with performance polos and jackets from Peter Millar and Gentile, as well as Southern Tide and AFCO. For ladies, they have the latest trends and fashions, including men's and women's jackets from Patagonia and Barber. RJ Pope's has a wide variety of on-cloud shoes for men and women, and a great selection of hats and caps. Shop one of their 3 locations, RJ Pope's downtown, Buckhead Plaza, and Vidalia. The Bulloch Academy Gators, a loss that ended up coming down to the wire this past Friday, as many of their games have, and they unfortunately lost to Briarwood, pass ending up incomplete on the final play of the game that would have been able to give them possibly the lead. We had a chance to talk with head coach Aaron Phillips and a few of the players about trying to rebound from that as they head to Thomas Jefferson.
As you go into a TJ, which is going to be a super physical game, a team that loves to run the football, and they're going to line up in the wishbone and get in some flex bone stuff with Coach Hennessy, and they do a good job. These kids have been running this offense since he got there, and they were in the 6th grade. When I was at Burke, we thumped them pretty good when they were younger, and now they have 14 seniors, and they had 12 seniors last year, and this possibly going to be their 4th in a row. They beat Brentwood, who's considered the favorite in AA, and Briarwood, who's considered the 2nd-best team in AA, and Pinewood, who's considered the 2nd-best team in AAA behind John Millage. So they're pretty salty, and it's a big task for us, and we welcome that. And our kids, one thing that as we try to change the way our kids look at the season in football and here at the school, how as a BA family, how we look at football, Friday night hurt a lot of people. And I'm kind of glad it hurts. I don't ever want my kids to fail or lose. I mean, no coach does, but I want it to sting. I want them to not want that feeling anymore. The feeling where I might have could have give a little more. So I hope it hurt them a little bit, and I hope they come out a little day today and practice this week, ready to go, and I hope that was a little salt on the wound, so we'll see today.
Yeah, we're feeling good. We just got to work on our tackling. That's a really big part why we get other teams a chance to score, because our offense is doing really good, so I just think we got to focus on defense. But we're feeling great. I think we got a really good chance to beat them. We just got to work on that tackling, because they run the same offense as us, so we'll just be working on that this week, getting better. We get to see it every day, so it helps us get prepared, because it's nothing we haven't seen before.
We're feeling good. Every game we've lost, we've either been leading at halftime or either tied with the team, and last Friday was the only Friday we've been tied at half. We were playing good football in the first half. We just got to put it together for the second half and, grind every day. We get tired and we lose our focus, and I feel like whenever we get that figured out, we're going to be pretty hard to handle. I'm feeling good. We got a good defensive plan. I think we're going to try to do the same thing we did last week, shut down the run. They run just about the same offense as us. You know, it's going to be a hard-fought game. Going to be a lot of hitting, just like last week. Going to get banged up. We got a couple guys banged up this week. Got to take care of them, get everybody back healthy. Whenever we do that, I'm pretty good.
As for the Portal Panthers, they're looking to rebound from a loss to Montgomery County as they will be hitting the road this Friday night for a 7:30 kickoff down the road at Twin Cities as they'll be taking on the ECI Bulldogs. Statesboro High hosting the region softball tournament at Mill Creek after winning Game 1. The Blue Devils taking on Ware County. The Gators jump out to a 1-0 lead. Threatening for more with the bases loaded. Mincy Akins with the strikeout. The Blue Devils come back, tie things up. Claiborne Jones with the single to right. Next, it's Kaylee Deal with the bloop to right. This one falls, and we're tied at 1-all. In the third, the ground rule double here by Aaron Meeks. It one-hops the fence. One of only 3 Ware County hits. Next, bases loaded, and the force at second will bring home Meeks. From third, it's 2-1. A couple of drop balls would keep the inning going with 2 out. Kate Howell singles to right. Ware eventually takes a 7-1 lead. The Blue Devils fight back. They'd have 12 hits. They'd get 3 in a row here, which would help load the bases. The ground ball to short will bring in a run. Mincy Akins trying to help her own cause with the single to center. 2 more runs come in. Statesboro cuts the lead to 8-4. Akins at it again. The single plates another run. They get to within 8-5, but with the bases loaded in the 7th, the strikeout ends the game. Statesboro falls to the losers bracket with the 8-5 loss. The Blue Devils taking on Jenkins in Game 3, trying to secure a spot in the state playoffs, and this one was all Statesboro. Mincy Akins coming back solid, and she gets some run support. Claiborne Jones doubles into right. That brings home Camry Isaacson. Then Maggie Proctor, the single to center. This one rolls to the fence. Jones scores. It's 2-0, and then Deal the RBI single into left. Statesboro continuing to pound out the hits. Callie Carter would end up going 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Akins in command on the mound. She'd strike out 10 in the game. There's another hit to right, but then on the mound, Akins mowing down the Warrior batters. 10 Ks. Carter then with another RBI single into right, and then Jones with the flare the other way. This one drops. Statesboro up 12-0. Akins able to end the game with the strikeout in the run rule victory. As Statesboro ends up as the number 3 seed in the upcoming state tournament, which begins next week. That'll wrap things up for now. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.